Yeah, so the Spider-Man Let There Be Carnage movie is back, and it dropped a new trailer. And we're going to look at some of the things in the trailer, but we're going to really address some of the main things that we've noticed, the main concerns, the main highlights, and just the kind of crazy what the hell is going on aspects of this trailer. Now, the first thing you would have noticed is that the Carnage is the new villain of this film. And what do we know about Carnage? Well, he's played by Woody Harrelson. And if you haven't noticed from the last trailer, well, not the trailer, the end of the last film, his hair is very different. Now, is that a good thing? Well, yes it is, because now we don't have that awful afro that's in the shot. My god, it was bad. But now we're going to really address the whole Carnage Venom thing. So if you didn't know, originally in the comics, Carnage is the offspring of Venom. And what would happen is that a bit of symbiote would get into Cletus Cassidy's bloodstream via a cut on his body and then be entwined in his blood, whereas Venom's kind of just on the outside of Eddie Brock. But that's interesting because it allows Carnage to be more vicious and more aggressive and more dangerous than Venom. So I don't really know how they're going to do that in this movie, because, well, Venom is science experiment in the last one. But there was an interesting scene in the trailer where Cletus Cassidy does bite Eddie Brock, and he does say that he tasted his blood, and it wasn't his blood. So maybe some blood has gotten in through Cletus Cassidy, and then that has kind of got the whole mixing the symbiote genes, DNA, in with Cletus Cassidy, because there was that scene where he just went absolutely berserk in the chair. But then again, maybe it could just be another science experiment. You know, we're working on the criminals because no one's going to really pay much attention to Cletus Cassidy, who's this mass murderer. Oh yeah, I should point out that Cletus Cassidy is absolutely psychotic. And he said Carnage before he got infected with the symbiote. Because, you know, we gotta say the name of our character and the film. Like, he probably says Let There Be Carnage somewhere along the line. Possibly in the last movie. I don't know, it's been a while. You know, he'll probably say it in this movie before the last fight scene. Let there be carnage. But yeah, that's the thing. Also, his hand goes crazy in one scene. That's not really too much of a big deal, but, you know, it could be interesting. There was the whole transformation scene where Venom envelops Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy, but with Cletus Cassidy, Woody Harrelson, Venom, he also transforms, like he shapeshifts. So that's a cool detail. I don't know if it'll really come to much out of that, but it'll be interesting. The worst part, in my opinion, of the Venom movie was Venom's whole personality. Like, he was just this goofy little guy. Well, not really little, but he was this goofy guy, and it was like a buddy cop comedy film where, like, they had to, like, fight for control over the body. It's not really that great of a concept. You know, they could have done a Jekyll and Hyde situation where Venom takes over at night. Eddie Brock has to find a way to stop him. That could have been cool, but no, they're very quite aware of each other and they talk. But yeah, that's my complaints about the original movie. So in this movie, it seems like they're going in more of a Hulk Banner direction where they kind of argue with each other and know that they're an entity and they can communicate with each other. And there was very like Endgame where, well, not Endgame, I should say, Infinity War, where the Hulk doesn't want to come out to fight Thanos after he gets beaten. In the scene where Venom notices that Carnage is a red one. So we know that red ones are more dangerous than whatever Venom is. A black one, I guess? Is that racist? I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Hopefully it will be a fight scene that is more discernible than the last one, where it was two grey blobs that kind of went at each other. But the wish list on this movie isn't too high. Hopefully the story makes sense somewhat. Again, without Peter Parker in the story, the whole symbiote thing kind of gets a bit lost, where they're offsprings of each other. So I feel like that Carnage and Venom will be independent of each other, as opposed to where they should be linked, in a way, if that makes sense. But it looks better than the last one does, at this point at least. Also, got to point out Woody Harrelson's suit. It looks like Carnage. Well, the Carnage design from the comic books at least, in that last scene. And yeah, there were some good scenes where Carnage was walking around absolutely destroying people. So yeah, there will be Carnage actually causing carnage. I'm sorry it's a pun, but like that's his whole character. He just causes carnage and destruction wherever he goes. And it was a cool way to see. Whereas Venom's just headbutting Eddie Brock. But hopefully it's not that bad, and hopefully it's a good movie. We're all excited about this, and hopefully the hype train is not lying to us, because we want these to be good movies. Because we want Sony to be able to do something That's actually good. But anyway, I hope that's enough. I've been Kamatan. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the video, and stay tuned for more.